leisure time spent in the same kind of occupation as one's normal line of work? Is it busman's holiday, plumber's holiday, or teacher's holiday?
I'm fairly certain that's busman's holiday.
Busman's holiday is correct. Eggheads. Pentonville Prison is located in which English city? London, Sheffield, Portsmouth.
London, definitely. Most definitely.
But seeing as Chris is the next special constable, he knows it, London.
London it is. Well done. Back to you, Rod. Which Labour cabinet minister, nicknamed the Iron Chipmunk, announced her resignation from office in June 2009, the day before European and local council elections took place? Was it Jackie Smith, Caroline Flint, or Hazel Blears?
The Iron Chipmunk could only refer to one Labour politician, I think, and that is Hazel Blears.
Hazel Blears is correct. Well done. Not put a foot wrong so far. Well done. OK, Eggheads. In March 1953, who became the first communist head of state to visit Britain? Was it Nikita Khrushchev, Josip Broz Tito, or Mao Zedong?
Was it the first?
Buster Crabbe went missing in Portsmouth
Was it the
Harbour,
first?
spying
Oh,
on
yes.
Russian Khrushchev and Bulgarin over here.
Oh, you're right, I'd forgotten
Yes.
about that.
In the 50s?
Yes, I don't think Tito ever came here.
You sure?
Yeah,
Wait, it's the coronation year.
yeah.
Did Tito come to the coronation?
Don't think he would have done, no.
He
you know
might
what-
have done.
do you know what
He
month
wasn't
that-
quite so unfriendly a communist leader as the rest.
Don't think Tito ever came here.
No,
Mao Zedong certainly didn't.
Are you
But
sure?
Bulgarin and Khrushchev jointly came here in '53.
Well, that's good enough
Yeah.
for me.
Well, it was part of a joint visit with his colleague Bulgarin, and it was Nikita Khrushchev.
Judith, you should have shouted louder.
Well, I tried.
It's Tito.
It is.
So here we have an interesting position. OK. You've got two right, and they've bungled it. And if you get this one right, I'm not even going to ask them another question.
Okay.
You've won the money. The first Royal Variety performance took place in which year? 1912, 1932, or 1952? For £14,000. And you will, by the way, if you get this right, be only the sixth person to have ever won against all five of them on their own. So take your time. The first Royal Variety performance took place in which year?
Now, I have not much knowledge of the Royal Variety performance or its history. I would have to think of whether it was started when the current Queen was on the throne. She came to the throne in 1952. 1912 would have been George V. And 1932, was that a bit too early? I have to think, is it something that was maybe done for television? Television would have been around in 1952. It seems to me it's just the kind of thing they might have done to mark the Queen coming to the throne. So that tells me to go for 1952.
1952, is that your answer?
Yes.
Okay. Would have been a very busy year, I guess. You're quite a way out. It was 40 years earlier. It was 1912. So he's let you back in, and you can take it to sudden death. Which American author's novels include Gravity's Rainbow, Vineland, and Mason and Dixon? Is it Don DeLillo, Thomas Pynchon, or Philip Roth?
Thomas Pynchon.
It's the middle one. I've always pronounced it Thomas Pynchon.
Thomas Pynchon is your answer, and it's correct. Ooh, look at that. Stress release, and it gets harder for you now. Sudden death. You're on your own against all five Eggheads. So it's not multiple choice now. You have to give me the answer. I don't give you alternatives. Is that okay?
Yep.
Here we go. You're still playing for 14,000. You can still win it. Which city did Milton refer to as the Eye of Greece in his poem Paradise Regained?
I mean, Athens would be the most obvious candidate for that. Other cities in Greece that would have been big or important when you wrote that, Sparta perhaps, or if it was still called that then. I can only think that it could be Athens, so I'm going for Athens.
The quote was, Athens, the eye of Greece, the mother of arts. So you're right. Athens is the answer. Well done. Eggheads, if you get this wrong, Rod and the oil slicks take £14,000, and you thought you'd blown them away, but you didn't reckon with Rod. What is the title of the Tinchy Strider song that reached #1 in the UK singles chart in May 2009?
It's called #1.
Oh,
It's called #1.
I didn't think you were going to get that, but #1 is the right answer. Would you have known that?
No.
No. How do they know that stuff? OK, Rod. John Francis, John William Bean and William Hamilton were 3 of several people, all separately convicted of attempting to assassinate which monarch?
Trying to think of assassination attempts on monarchs. They're obviously British-sounding names. I think there was an assassination attempt on Queen Victoria. That's the only one I can really think of, so I'm going to go for... Sorry, can you say the names again?
John Francis, John William Bean and William Hamilton were 3 of several people, all separately convicted of attempting to assassinate which monarch?
Thinking again, it might be a bigger plot, and from that the most famous attempt to kill a British monarch I think would be the Gunpowder Plot, which was the plot to kill James VI and First. So I'll go for the monarch you want is James I and VI.
Separately convicted of attempting to assassinate which monarch? And your answer is James I and VI. It's wrong. Queen Victoria.
Oh.
Queen Victoria. You were lighted on it immediately and then came off it. Eggheads, if you get this right, the contest is yours. What was the name of the cigar-shaped structure between 250 and 300 feet in height that was erected on the Thames South Bank as part of the Festival of Britain celebrations in 1951?
Skylon.
Yes. My husband told me that his firm helped build parts for the Skylon.
Your answer is
The Skylon.
If you're right, you've won. Snatch the money away, £14,000. If you're right, the answer is Skylon. Congratulations, Eggheads, you've won. They don't give people a round of applause very often on this side, I must say. Well done, and very well played on behalf of your team, who I know will be very grateful for his brilliant performance. Sorry it's ended in disappointment for you. Commiserations to the Oil Slicks and congratulations to the Eggheads. You've done what comes naturally to you, putting a great run together now. You reign supreme over Quizland. The Oil Slicks, I'm afraid you won't be going home with the £14,000, which means the money rolls over to the next show. Eggheads, congratulations. Who will beat you? Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads and give us a contest like the one we've had this afternoon. £15,000 says they don't. Till then, goodbye.
How to eat your way through a weekend, Nigella style at 8. Gearing us up for the perfect accompaniment next, though, on BBC Two, we touch base with Claudia.
This week on The Culture Show, the press photos of the year. Paul Auster talks about his new book, and Martin Scorsese on the re-release of cult classic Peeping Tom. All that on The Culture Show tonight at 7 on BBC Two.
This Sunday, we present to you BBC Radio 1's Teen Awards, where we'll be crowning a bunch of teen heroes for their super talents and achievements. And they'll be joined live by some of the world's finest celebs, including performances from Taylor Swift, JLS, Professor Green, The Wanted and Katy Perry. Not forgetting your host, Nick Grimshaw, and me, Fern Cotton. Join us this Sunday for BBC Radio 1's Teen Awards.